Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. I'm the Pentagenarian. I'm a 56-year-old veteran that enjoys listening to and watching music videos of either bands I've never heard before or songs of bands I've never heard before. And today I am very excited to be able to react to Faun's new song, Blot. Um, Faun is a band that I fell in love with a few years back to the point that if you go to my community channel, or tab, I guess it would be, you'll find that I am giving away tickets to their show in Chicago in October of this year. All you got to do is put in a 4 to 6 digit unique number in the area that I'm asking for them, which I think is about 3 or 4 messages down from the top now. Um, it'll tell you in the title of it. But yeah, my intent is to give away 3 tickets, maybe meet in Chicago of the people that got the tickets, and go watch the live Faun show. Now, the bonus I have on top of that is that I've actually been in contact with Oliver Tier, and he has given us the green light for a meet and greet at the concert. So, yeah, I was pretty surprised by that. Um, he's also granted me an interview, and after the concert, I will edit that and put that up after obviously the concert's over. So in my world, the fact that I grabbed the tickets with my own money because they were reasonable, and I figure let's give the opportunity for people that can get to Chicago in October a chance to go see Faun, and that's what we're doing. And I managed to get a meet and greet out of it, so I thought that was pretty cool. And that's what's going to be, I guess you could say, included in the giveaway is getting to meet the members of the band Faun. And I'm pretty stoked about that because if you don't know anything about the band, um, look them up. They're fascinating. They've got a great message, and their music is out of this world, otherworldly, fantastic. So I'm going to stop yammering now. What we're going to do is instead, we're going to watch Faun perform Blow. This is the first time I've ever seen this video or heard this song, and we're going to check it out together. Here we go, and let's go. And by the way, the videos are always cinematically astounding, gorgeous. Every time, there's like pull chills out of me. hurdy-gurdy.
das Blut verstand dies Blut stand Blut.
I'm imagining we're going to get some credits here. Okay. I'm going to leave the credits up because I firmly believe that everybody involved could get credit for it. It's kind of the whole purpose of credits. I am going to turn down the volume slightly while the credits run. Of course, now that I say that, they're about to end. But we're definitely going to talk about this a little bit because there is a tendency for people that don't understand things to vilify or villainize them. Now, what I read in the description, the little click blurb, is bloat means sacrifice, which is interesting because, if I'm not mistaken, I believe the modern German word for blood is Blut. So this makes sense because in the earliest times, before there was money and a 10% tithe or whatever you want to call it, people had to say, they didn't have to, but if they believed in their gods, they felt it proper to give a sacrifice for the bounty of the year or the fortune of the year. I'm not going to assume anything about, sacrificing to fight off misfortune because I don't know all of that as deeply as some people do. But part of the problem when certain people see a video like this, they immediately associate it with something evil. And there is, right now, I'm going to tell you, there is nothing at all evil or insidious about the music that Faun creates. If anything, they are probably the most inclusive and unifying band you'll ever find. They have never, to my knowledge, haven't found yet because I don't read German, but I've never heard them come right out and claim any path or religion. They are just nature. That's what it's all about. And interestingly enough, there are those in the pagan, at this point, I guess I would call them denominations out there. I have read in more than one place that Faun has been, I don't want to say blackballed, but they've had people in the pagan community go after them because they are so inclusive. They want harmony. And there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, that's a good thing. Harmony is good. But what I found very interesting about this video is at first I was watching the I'll say the warrior woman um, walking off with the shall we say uh, I don't want to say idol because idol immediately gets people to think of something negative, but the embodiment of the physical embodiment of either their deities or group of deities, and you saw them, the blood dripped onto it. So therefore, you have a symbolic sacrifice of blood and something that took love and labor to create. At which point, it is taken out to a specific location and it is burned. At the same time, we see Oliver um, burning his instrument in the fire, and these are two items that are near and dear to them. One was a labor of love, the other, clearly, the musical instrument that brought them joy. And it's an offering back to the spirits or gods that surround us, saying, thank you. It's time to move forward, and it's time to start anew. And what I found fascinating about that, and this is probably going to be a little bit longer than reaction, is several years ago, 2005, I attended the Burning Man Festival. And everybody knows about the burning of the man. It's basically, I'm not going to call it a wicker man because immediately people get other connotations. But it is a symbolic gesture. And a lot of other artists out on the playa also burn their art. They'll make these huge structures and then they'll set it on fire. And the reason this is being done is because the culmination of an idea has been found and represented. It's there. This is their idea incarnate. And then they burn it to move on to the next idea. Equally as significant and held even in higher esteem to many of the attendees of this festival, or should I say the old school attendees. There's a lot of people out there that just go out there because they think it's just a huge party. But there is a temple built every year of a different design. And during the course of the week of Burning Man, you will find people going to this temple, and they have barrels of blocks of wood. And you write down, the intent is, you write down the name of a person that you lost this year or a connection that you wish to sever. And then you place them all around the temple. And what other people do is they will bring in mementos, pictures, letters written of lost ones. It'll gut you because I have walked into when I walked into the temple in 2005, there was a letter to a child that had passed away, and there was a teddy bear next to it sitting on one of the cross members. And the symbolism of this is a sacrifice and at the same time a renewal. And so many people, I think, overlook the renewal part. It is to say, this cycle is ending, this cycle is beginning. And that's really what all ritual is in the end, especially those that involve sacrifice. But even when Christians go to church every Sunday to receive the blood and body of Christ, that is a sacrifice. So when people see things happening in videos, they need to hold on, back the fuck up, and think further than these are a bunch of people doing sacrificial rituals in the woods. Well, hey, guess what? I'm not judging. I'm just making a plain statement here. All I know is that I've got 4 churches in a town of about 2,000 people, and every Sunday they're in there sacrificing. So I guess I will go back to a portion of the Bible that I really enjoy that a lot of people overlook. And I don't know what book it's from. That has slipped my mind. But it's "Judge not, lest ye be judged." So this is a band that is important. They've got a powerful message. If you care to step back, drop your prejudices, and take the time to look up the translation of the lyrics and understand that they may not be what you think they are. And these are, in fact, ambassadors to the rest of the world. Um, I think I'll leave it there. I had another quote I was looking that I was trying to remember. Um, I'm going to pause it for a second because I really want to read this quote. All right, cool. I found it. It's actually lyrics from a song that's called The Cult, from a song that's called The Cult, by a song that is called White from The Cult. And it's part of their ending sequence of the song. And the quote I was looking for was, "When the barbarians approach on the frontiers of a civilization, it is a sign of crisis in that civilization when the barbarians come not with weapons of war, but songs and icons of peace. It is a sign of crisis. It is one of a spiritual nature. That a spiritual nature, we have forgotten our spiritual nature because we are wrapped up in too much shit all day, all night." So that's what I'm going to leave this on. When the barbarians approach the frontiers of a civilization, it is a sign of a crisis in that civilization. When the barbarians come not with weapons of war, but songs and icons of peace. Because more often than not, the civilization that's having a crisis is going to see this as a threat because they're bringing them something that they don't understand, which is peace. So don't judge too quickly. Anyway, you guys, everybody take care. Be good to one another. Please do not be a dick because the world has enough of them. And until next time, bye bye.